You know what's crazy? There's one tiny behavior, so common and underrated, that quietly shows up in the lives of the world's most brilliant minds. Einstein did it. So did Tesla, Da Vinci, and even Steve Jobs. And if you do it too, you might be a lot smarter than you think. Let's find out. Smart people don't always look smart. They're not necessarily top of the class or the loudest in the room. But they often share weird patterns, habits that seem odd on the surface, till you realize they're signs of deep cognitive power. Today we're diving into one of the strangest predictors of genius. Section 1. The behavior. Talking to yourself. Yeah, that thing people do when they think no one's watching. Muttering during a walk, whispering in the mirror, narrating their to-do list out loud. We're told it's weird or crazy. But science tells a very different story. A study from the University of Wisconsin found that people who talk to themselves actually solve problems faster, stay more focused, and retain more information. Another experiment showed that verbal self-guidance boosts cognitive performance in complex tasks. Why? Because speaking out loud organizes your thoughts. It creates mental clarity. It's like turning on a flashlight in a foggy brain. Section 2. Why geniuses do this? Think about it. Albert Einstein famously used what he called thought experiments. He would literally talk himself through imaginary scenarios, asking himself questions and exploring ideas verbally. Nikola Tesla described entire inventions in detail to himself, before ever building them. Even Richard Feynman, the Nobel-winning physicist, was known for explaining concepts aloud to an imaginary audience. Talking to yourself isn't a glitch, it's a feature. It's what happens when the brain tries to process complex ideas in real time. And geniuses, they live in that mental complexity 24/7. Section 3. The psychology behind it. Here's the kicker. There are 4 key psychological benefits of talking to yourself. Enhanced memory. You remember things better when you hear them and say them. Self-regulation. Athletes and performers use verbal cues like breathe, stay calm, you got this to control nerves. Focused attention. Speaking forces your brain to slow down and focus. Self-direction. You become your own coach, guiding your actions in real time. People who do this aren't weird. They're wired differently. Their brains are tuned for self-feedback, reflection, and creativity. So if you've ever talked to yourself, don't be embarrassed. You're in the same club as some of history's brightest minds. In fact, try it intentionally. Explain a problem out loud instead of thinking in silence. Coach yourself through anxiety with positive commands. Narrate your ideas to process them more clearly, because this simple, strange habit, it's not just a quirk. It's a cognitive amplifier. If you want to get smarter, sometimes the first step is just to start talking to yourself. Drop a comment if you've ever done this, and subscribe for more content that sharpens your mind in under 5 minutes. Because genius isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers quietly, just under your breath.